Start a recording. This is Detective Kroger. Last night, two individuals, Leroy Andre and Maxwell, arrived in this shuffle, both fear-stricken. I was working late, so I took in on their sudden case. They told me they had gone to an abandoned local mall, one soon to be demolished. Within it, they were attacked by something. Even one of their group members, Logan, was taken. Their frantic, confused descriptions caught my attention. Being a lead in the WASP program, identifying anomalies is my livelihood. I had to know more. After they calmed down, they both agreed to discuss the incident in an interview. The following recordings are said interviews. The content discussed on them may be distressing, so listen with caution. Start a recording. Thank you, Leroy, for allowing me to interview you. Now, to begin, please explain what happened.
Okay. We were walking around the mall and came up on probably what was a break room, or something of that sort. We were checking out a TV at the far end of the room that still turned on. I was standing behind Max, and Logan was behind me, and I heard the floor creak behind the three of us when I turned around when he started screaming. He was getting dragged by something, God, I don't know. I nearly ran off after him, but Maxwell stopped me. The screams eventually just stopped, and the whole mall was silent. We booked it out of there to get help, and that catches you up, I guess.
I see. Now, what made you visit that location?
Thrill-seeking, really. We were just taking videos of the mall to show to our friends and looking around the joint. It was naive.
You couldn't have known what could happen. I'm sorry. Can you describe to me what you saw?
I only caught a glimpse of it before it shrouded itself in darkness. Some freakishly tall, lanky thing with these piercingly dull eyes, and a 2 feet grin probably as wide as my arm span. I couldn't recall much else, though. It was so brief.
Noted. Any closing remarks for the recording?
Whatever that thing took Logan for, I doubt it's anything he'd be kept alive for. The way he stopped screaming doesn't exactly instill any hope in me. This is gonna be a recovery, not a search and rescue. You probably won't have to look far for signs of it either. I saw weird shit all over that mall that feels connected in retrospect. Don't take this lightly. Don't let Logan die for nothing.
Thank you. End of recording. Start a recording. Thank you, Maxwell, for allowing me to interview you. Now, to begin, please explain what happened.
Well, the group and I were exploring some mall. Now, I don't know what led us there, but we were in some room. I don't remember, because I didn't care. The one thing I do remember in the blur was the fact the TV was still running. It was only fizz and static, but something about it caused me to get tunnel visioned. Couldn't look away from it. Everything was a blur. I couldn't hear anything, like water, ink, and your ears. Remember? The fizz, that static. It felt like it was forming shapes more complex than the usual fizz static shapes. But sorry. But I remembered back when I heard Logan, one of my acquaintances, scream. It was brief, but I turned around to catch Leroy before he ran off. Fucking idiot. I took him back outside the mall as quick as I could.
That lines up. What made you visit the location?
Leroy wanted to thrill-seek again. Tied me and Logan into this. this whole goddamn situation. He was the one who wanted to do this. I had to drive everyone to that stupid mall. If only I had gone with my gut, told them otherwise. Logan would still be here. How are we going to explain this now?
Don't be so bitter towards your friend. No one would have known what could have happened, and I'm sorry for what happened. But can you now describe what you saw?
I couldn't see anything more than some white glove with sharp claws, like it was stained with some sort of substance, like goo or blood. I don't know if it was from Logan or other happenings, but that was the only piece I saw of it before I had to get out with Leroy.
Interesting. Any closing remarks for the recording?
Don't go alone. Don't be an idiot. This thing clearly has some sort of instinct. I want this case rested. I want this solved.
Thank you. End of recording. My own closing thoughts. I'm not sure. We may keep track of anomalies, but I've surely never heard of this one. Either that, or it's rare anyone gets away from it. A team was sent out the following day to perform the search and rescue, and they found Logan. On one of the second floors, his body laid, torn in half, looked as if it had been violent. Jesus, it was bad. Tears all over. The one thing I couldn't get out of my head was his empty eye sockets, and that disgusting wide grin left on his face. The camera Leroy spoke of was on Logan's corpse. We found his last photo. I will be sharing it. The mall is on government-mandated quarantine to keep everything out and whatever this thing is in. End of recording.